Hello and welcome to this webinar. My name is Gibson. Are you a highly skilled professional looking to make a lasting impact in the United States and live the American dream, but you don't know how you can do that, or you don't know how you can get a green card and work in your profession with freedom in the US? Well, I have good news for you today, because the Eb2 NIW might be your key to unlocking a future full of opportunities for you. The Eb2 NIW is a unique pathway to permanent residence or the green card, specifically designed for individuals whose work benefits the US in significant ways in areas of national interest. So if you have an advanced degree, that is a PhD or a master's degree, or you have a bachelor's degree with 5 years of continuous experience in business, science, technology, culture, health, or education, you might be qualified to apply for the Eb2 NIW. If you do not have a degree, you must then be able to show exceptional ability in the science, arts, or business. Exceptional ability just means a degree of expertise significantly above that is ordinarily encountered in the sciences, arts, or in business. And maybe you are asking, why the Eb2 NIW? One of the greatest advantages of the Eb2 NIW is that you don't need a job offer to apply. This gives you the freedom to pursue your professional goals and make a difference on your terms. Imagine the freedom to travel, the ability to work in your field without restrictions, and the security of permanent residence for you and your family. With the Eb2 NIW, this dream can become a reality. And I think everyone coming to the US, whether through education, work, or as an asylum seeker, should have one primary goal in mind, which is, how do I get a green card? And I think learning about the Eb2 NIW is a great start. So you are at the right place right now as you seek to learn about the Eb2 NIW green card pathway. To succeed with an Eb2 NIW application, you will need a compelling story. This story should connect your future plans to your degree, your experience, your specific project, or job in the US. So that is exactly what I did. I had a compelling story. The story connected my future plans to my master's degree, my experience, and my specific entrepreneurial projects. I came to the US as an F1 student studying a master's program in business. And I studied 2 companies and used them to secure a green card petition approval in less than 1 year after graduating. I completed the application without a lawyer. And there are 2 reasons why I chose to go without a lawyer. Firstly, many of the lawyers I consulted believed I didn't qualify. And secondly, lawyers typically charge around $10,000 to handle the application process for you. So I decided to write my petition myself, and it was approved in just 4 days because I opted for what they call premium process. Now, many people started asking me how I achieved it. And many believed when I spoke with them that they didn't qualify or didn't know how to create the necessary evidence for an Eb2 NIW green card application. And due to the overwhelming interest that I received, I decided to initiate a community to assist individuals in understanding the process of transitioning swiftly from any status such as asylum seeker, F1, OPT, H1B to a green card. And our community focuses on coaching individuals and positioning them to submit a strong application for the Eb2 NIW green card so that they can enjoy the freedom that comes with the green card. So let's dive deep into the key components of the Eb2 NIW process. The first part of the component is what they call eligibility criteria. So you have to meet their eligibility criteria, and there are 2 main pathways to meet the criteria. The first one is what they call advanced degree. The advanced degree part means you must possess an advanced degree, that is a master's degree or a PhD or anything that is equivalent to that. Or you should have a bachelor's degree plus 5 years of progressive work experience in the same field. It is either one or the other, not both. Many people mistakenly think they don't qualify if they don't have a master's degree. But if you have a bachelor's degree with 5 years of working experience in the same field, you actually do qualify. And the second pathway is exceptional ability. So alternatively, if you don't have a master's degree or a bachelor's degree, you can qualify by demonstrating exceptional ability in the sciences, arts, or business. This requires meeting at least 3 of the criteria outlined by the USCIS website, such as professional membership, having published materials, and having a high salary, and many others. If you pass the eligibility criteria, the next step is to write your story in a cover letter that you will submit along with Form I-140. To succeed with an Eb2 Niw application, you will need a compelling story. This story should connect your future plans to your degree, your experience, and the specific project or job you will undertake in the US. When the USCIS officers review your proposed work for Eb2 NIW application, they assess whether your specific project or job has significant value and benefit to the US. This means they need clear evidence that what you plan to do is important and beneficial to the US. To successfully do that, they use the method of Danaher framework, which provides the following 3 prongs to judge your application. Prong number 1, your proposed endeavor must have substantial merit and national importance. So you might ask, what does it mean to have substantial merit and national importance? Well, substantial merit just means your work has value. In other words, the work should lead to beneficial outcomes, such as advancements in technology, improvements in public health, economic benefits, or contributions to cultural enrichment. National importance, on the other hand, means the work should have a broader impact beyond local or regional interests. It should address a national goal or a national problem, contributing to areas like economic development, environmental protection, public health, or national security. Prong number 2, you should be well positioned to advance the proposed endeavor. And it is easy to show this because you can show this through, firstly, your expertise and experience, that is your educational background, professional accomplishments, and prior successes. Secondly, through resources and planning, right? So the availability of necessary resources, for example, if you are proposing to start a business, you should show evidence of income from your customers or evidence of investments from investors or your savings. You should then also have a plan that you put across for your personal plan as a professional or as a business. Prong number 3 is balancing the benefits of waiving a job offer for you. It must be beneficial to the US to waive the job offer requirement for you, and in most cases, if you meet prong 1 and 2, then you will meet prong 3. The Eb2 NIW green card application happens in 2 stages. So if you now have a compelling story encompassing all these things, i.e., you meet the eligibility criteria and you have a written cover letter that meets the 3 prongs of Danaher, showing that your proposed work will have substantial merit and is of national importance, and secondly, that you are well positioned to do it, and thirdly, that it is beneficial to the US to waive a job offer requirement for you, then you can go ahead and put in an application. Your application process begins with filing Form I-140, Petition for Alien Worker, along with supporting evidence to the USCIS. This includes proof of your qualifications, a detailed description of your work, which is your cover letter, and how it meets the national interest criteria. This is the most important part of the process. It is also the most difficult part, and the reason why people look for help from lawyers. It is this part that fueled my vision for the Eb2 NIW community to assist people in crafting strong applications for Eb2 NIW, because many people who approached me didn't know how to do that. But let's talk about stage number 2 of your application. If your Form I-140 is approved, You then go to the next stage called adjustment of status. You can apply for adjustment of status to permanent residence if you are already in the US on a valid visa. If you are outside the US, you must go through consular processing at a US embassy or consulate. And boom, just like that, at that point, you have a green card. So who qualifies for Eb2 NIW green card pathway? While the Eb2 NIW is mostly pursued by individuals with STEM degrees, approval has been granted for applicants from diverse fields. Eligibility extends to those whose endeavors or work demonstrate merit in areas such as business, entrepreneurship, science, technology, culture, health, or education. The Eb2 NIW is suitable for ambitious individuals who can provide evidence supporting their application or are willing to diligently work towards gathering evidence. So you might not have evidence today because you are pursuing your first degree or a master's degree or you're a professional. But if you are willing to create that evidence in the near future, then you qualify to apply in that near future. It is not intended for individuals seeking a shortcut or expecting hand-holding without a full understanding of the process or a willingness to put the necessary effort to achieve success. You may apply from anywhere in the world without being in the US. You can do this application from any country. It is not restricted to those in the US alone. You can be in Africa or South America or Asia, and still you can apply and get your case approved. If you don't meet the eligibility criteria, or if you are not currently working in areas of national interest, or you are not open to doing so in the future, then unfortunately you do not qualify for the Eb2 NIW and you should not apply. Areas of interest include business, entrepreneurship, science, technology, culture, health, or education, though there may be variations. If your work doesn't align with these areas, or if you're not willing to gather evidence within these domains, you may not meet the requirements and therefore you should not apply. However, if you are determined to work towards gathering evidence to qualify in the future, we are here to support you in the community. Just keep in mind that it will require a growth mindset and flexibility to adapt to the journey ahead. Generally, if you are lazy and you're not willing to put effort in the journey, you also do not qualify to apply for this Eb2 NIW green card. Let us talk about the advantages of the Eb2 NIW green card. The first advantage is self-petitioning. Unlike some other employment-based green card categories, the Eb2 NIW allows individuals to self-petition. This means you do not need an employer to sponsor you, which can provide more flexibility and control over your immigration process. You also don't need a job offer as a requirement. And the great news is you can also do this without a lawyer, making it way much more accessible because the application fee is just about $700, which means if you can do it without a lawyer, you will save thousands of dollars in the process. And also you don't have that hindrance of lack of capital to pursue this because you can't pay the lawyer. The other advantage is there is no labor certification requirement. Typically, employment-based green card categories require a labor certification process, which can be time-consuming and complex. The NIW waives this requirement, streamlining the application process, leading to a faster processing time compared to other employment-based green card categories. The other advantage is there is flexibility in employment. Once your Eb2 NIW petition is approved, you are not tied to a specific job or employer. This provides greater freedom to change jobs or pursue different career opportunities without jeopardizing your green card status. And just like any other green card, the Eb2 NIW green card pathway provides a path to citizenship after a period of, say, 5 years. But what are the timelines for the whole process, you might ask? So navigating the Eb2 NIW process can be daunting, with timelines ranging anywhere from 6 months to 2 years. Factors like issuance backlogs in the USCIS and the strength of your petition play a crucial role in determining approval speed. But if your vision is to achieve the American dream, why should you wait? You should better start now. And that is exactly what I did. I did not wait. I came to the US with a plan to be an entrepreneur, to start companies and to use them to get a green card. So I worked on my profile all the time I was a student. And I launched a strong application, which was approved in just 4 days.